I have been training calisthenics for more than 6 years, and for that time I have achieved solid results in disciplines like sets and reps, weighted calisthenics and static skills. And in this video I'm going to give you my top 10 tips for making faster progress in your trainings, and it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or advanced athlete, these tips are going to be useful for all of you. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is a proper warm-up. And you might be thinking that, oh yeah, I already knew about that, but do you actually warm up good? Because a good warm-up is not just for preventing injuries and just for safer workouts, it's also actually going to make you stronger, because the faster your blood flow is going, the faster your heart rate is, and the better your warm-up is, you're actually going to perform better. So, for example, I'm warming up like from 20 minutes to sometimes even 30 minutes if I'm going to train stuff like planches, presses and so on, and I really need to warm up to feel stronger and prevent any injuries. So, if until that point you haven't warmed up really well, this is your sign to start doing it. Like, you can run 5 minutes before the workout, or do some dynamic stretching, stretch your legs if you're going to work on some static skills. This is also going to be helpful, and just make sure that your warm-up is really good and you're ready to go for it. The second tip is setting clear goals for your workouts, and the interesting thing is that not only beginners are facing that problem, but also advanced athletes. So many people are training without a structure, and then they don't even know what they want to achieve. They just go to the workout, they do some random stuff. Some days they're doing basics, pull-ups, dips, core exercises. On other days they're doing some skills, but they don't have consistency. They're not consistent with their workouts because they don't even know what they're trying to achieve. So if you're a beginner, you need to think about your goals. What do you want to achieve? Do you want to work on your physique? Do you want to work on skills in the future? Basically, what is your goal? And structure your workouts based on that goal. Otherwise, if you're going to do random workouts, you're not going to achieve anything at the end. And the same goes if you're an advanced athlete. If you're doing random skills on random days, you don't have consistency, you don't know if you're making progress, and you don't know what is your goal, well, just stop for a second, think about it, set some clear goals, make a plan, and actually start working towards them. This is the only way to actually achieve something, meaningful and extraordinary in this sport. The third tip is mastering the basics, the body weight basics, before going into calisthenics skills. I'm literally talking about this in every single one of my videos. If you're just starting, if you haven't mastered the pull-ups, the dips, your technique is sloppy, you can't perform 15 pull-ups or 25 really clean dips, and you're not feeling comfortable in the basics, in the pull-ups, in the dips, you can't hold the L-sit and so on. Yeah, the L-sit is actually part of the basics. I don't think of it as a skill. So it's too early for you to go into skills. Master the basics first, build a foundation, and go into skills after that. The fourth tip / mistake is not using advanced structuring for your workouts, because I have been speaking with a lot of people in my DMs on Instagram. By the way, you can check my Instagram, is going to be in the description. I'm posting a lot of reels every single day, a lot of stories, and you're just going to learn a lot. I'm posting a lot of education. And I think that I have noticed in a lot of people the mistake that they're doing, especially beginners, is just repeating the same workout again and again. For example, they have one workout that they're just repeating in 2 or 3 days, which is full body. It doesn't matter if they're doing basics or skills. They're just doing that workout, they're resting for 2 to 3 days, and then they're doing the same workout again. And they don't have any variety in their structure. They're following the same workout, and at some point they are just going to stop making progress like that. In the beginning it's going to work, but at some point, once the beginner newbie gains are over, it's not going to work anymore, and you actually need to learn how to structure your workouts properly. The fifth thing is tracking your workouts. And by tracking your workouts, I mean writing down every single set, how many sets you did, how many reps, how many seconds of hold you did for the skills, how many reps in reserve you had, and basically all the information during the workout, all the feedback, so that after that you can check it, you can see if you're making progress every single week, if some changes must be made. And also filming your sets is going to be a good idea, because you can actually see what is the the form that you have, because a lot of people think that they have a perfect form, but in reality their form is pretty bad, and they just thought that they had a perfect form because they never actually filmed themselves. So if you're not tracking your workouts, start doing it now. The sixth tip is not doing too much. A lot of people have the problem of overtraining. They are doing too many sets, too many sets are going to failure, too many reps, too many even workouts. Like some people are working out every single day, and I get it, like you think that the more you do, the more progress you're going to make, but it doesn't work like that. If you're going to overtrain, if you're going to exhaust your body too much, you're not going to make progress, because you actually need to recover from these workouts and come back stronger, because you're getting stronger when you're resting from the workouts, not when you're working out. So if you're doing too much, you are not going to make progress. And here it comes, the seventh tip, which is doing too little. It's kind of the same like the last one, and if you're going to do too little, if you're not going to push hard at all, if you're not going to do enough sets, if you're going to have like 1 or 2 workouts a week that are not intense, well, in this case you're also not going to progress, because you don't have enough stimulus for your body to actually adapt and come back stronger. If you're always training in your comfort zone, you're not really going to make progress. And this is where the advanced structuring comes. This is where you actually need to structure your workouts correctly based on your goals, and follow this program and be sure that you're going to achieve the skills that you're working. For example, the handstand push-up, the straddle plunge, the handstand, the clean muscle up, or like any other skills or physique goals that you have. And if you don't know how to structure your workouts correctly, but you really want to achieve these skills and your calisthenics goals, you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. The link is going to be in the description. It's just a simple application. You're going to fill out some questions, and I'm going to reach out to you in the next 24 hours. We're going to have a short conversation about your goals, and we're going to see how I can actually help you achieve your goals professionally. And we're moving on to the 8th tip, which is not rushing the process with the skills. So many people, first of all, most of them don't even master the basics before that. But even if you have mastered the basics, you can do 15 pull-ups, 25 dips, and you want to go into skills, my advice would be to not go straight away into the hardest skills in calisthenics like front levers and planches, but actually go step by step, learn the easier skills like the muscle up and the handstand push-ups, get comfortable with them, build some strength in them, and actually after that going into harder skills, because first of all we are going to learn the handstand push-up and the muscle up way faster, and you're going to be even more motivated after that to go for the harder stuff, because if you start with the front lever and with the plunge straight away, probably it's going to take you a lot of time, and you might get, you might lose your motivation and just stop at some point. So it's better to go with easier skills, and then once you get comfortable with them, progress with the harder ones. And the 9th tip, optimizing your recovery. Once again, so many people are just neglecting this one. They don't care about their recovery. They are training every single day. They don't care about their diet, about their sleep, but all of these things are as important as the workouts, because if your workouts are going to be good, even if you're going to follow the proper structure based on your goals, if you're not going to sleep well, if you're not going to recover well, if your diet is not going to be good and clean, it doesn't matter, you're still not going to make progress. It's even better to work out with a worse structure but optimize your recovery. In this case, you're going to get better results. So if you want to have like real progress in calisthenics, you have to have proper workouts and proper recovery. And the last tip is considering working with a coach, because if you're serious about calisthenics and if you don't want to waste time, if you want to do everything right from the beginning and achieve the most results as fast as possible, it's better to start working with a coach who has already achieved the goals that you're working towards, because he's going to be able to actually show you how to do everything properly, start in the right way from the beginning, and avoid injuries and make faster progress. Because yes, you can do it by yourself, you can just experiment, see what works for you, but it's just going to take you more time, and there is a high chance of getting injured if you're not doing everything right. So if you're serious about calisthenics, consider working with a coach. It might be with me, it might be with somebody else, as far as you wish, but the most important thing is to work with a professional who already knows how to do everything right and how to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And basically that was it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed and you learned something new for yourself. And you can write in the comments what kind of videos you want to see in the future. Do you want to see any other tutorials for some skills, or you like these videos where I'm just talking in front of the camera and sharing some knowledge with you? So let me know, write down your ideas. If you have any questions related to this video, of course, you can also write them down. I'm going to answer all of the comments. Also, you can check my Instagram, it's going to be in the description. And basically that was it for the video. Take action, make progress, expect redemption as always, and see you in the next one.